Hi Lions, hi Cubs. Welcome back to Monday, May 11th. This is our demo video and we are going to plant some seeds today. The sooner that we plant them, the sooner they'll start to grow. It will take a little while. They're not going to grow overnight. So we'll get them started today. And over the next few video lessons and maybe even into next week and the week after, we will share, and I'd love to see your pictures too of what you're doing. We'll share how things are growing. So I suggested that you have a jar. I filled mine with paper towel. I ran a little bit of water around the inside so it's a bit damp, and so then I just used paper towel inside. Now, as I showed earlier, I am choosing to try sunflower seeds. I've been trying to make a bit of a butterfly and bee garden on the side of my house because the sun hits there like all afternoon and it seems like it'd be a good spot for it. But I did just find out that when sunflowers grow, they prefer to face the east because that's where the sun comes up. And sunflowers are really cool if you watch, or if you can find a video. I'll try and post one in blooms. And if you watch them as the sun moves across the sky, sunflowers will actually follow the sun, which is why they're called sunflowers. So while they look like the sun, because they're such bright yellow colors, they will actually follow the sun as it travels across the sky throughout the day. So the problem that I'm thinking, since this spot is it's the western side of my house, and so I might still try and plant a few and see what happens. So you never know until you try. But I'm not sure if they'll grow the best there. So I will keep you updated. All right, so a jar. Run a little bit of water inside. You don't have to dump all of it out, but you don't want it to be soggy. Okay, you want it to be a little bit damp. Kind of stuff it with paper towels. I have these sunflower seeds, so I pulled them out, and they look like this. Whoop, very tiny stripes, just like the ones that you eat, but they're roasted and they're salty and stuff. These are not salty and they're not roasted. Okay, they're just dried seeds. And so what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to tuck them in. Okay, that one went all the way to the bottom. That's fine. I'm going to use a little bit of a mister. So whatever spray bottles you have that you could use to maybe mist things, maybe it'll help stick it. So it doesn't drop all the way to the bottom. And that'll be a good way too to keep it moist in there. Sorry, I'm not showing you. So I'm just going to mist a little bit inside there so that it's kind of damp, but not soaking wet. If it gets too wet inside there, then the plants can't grow. Okay, so I have one seed down there at the bottom. I'm going to try and put one in kind of in the middle. Ooh, there we go. It was a little too close. Too close. Come out now. I want to see, and since we're doing an experiment anyway, I want to see what happens depending on how low or how high in the jar. So we have one on the bottom now, if you can see it right there, and then one kind of towards the middle, and then what I'll do is I'll put the other one right at the top. Okay, so you're going to want to have enough paper towels. I'm thinking I probably could have used an extra paper towel. Have enough paper towels in there to basically hold the seeds kind of against the edge of the jar. And the nice thing about using the jar is that it's see-through, so you can see what's happening in there, okay? So I have misted a little bit. Now it's going to want a nice sunny spot. I am going to throw a lid at you. No, I am going to put a lid on, but I'm not going to close it all the way. I'm just going to kind of prop it on the top. And then when you put this in nice bright light, there's a difference between direct sunlight shining through your window and beating against this glass, and then it would heat it up really hot, and you'd have to mist a whole lot more. It might dry it out. Versus just bright indirect light, where the room is just very nice and bright. I think what we'll want is some nice bright light, but it needs to be indirect. So we don't want to just stick this in a windowsill and let the sun shine through for hours and hours on our experiment, okay? Now you do want them to stay moist, and so what I'm doing is, the reason I'm putting a little lid on with just a little bit of a crack at the top is so that it turns it into a bit of a greenhouse. It will keep it moist in there, but the air will still be able to flow a little bit as long as I keep kind of propping it open a bit, just a little bit. We'll figure it out. Alright, and so I will share this with each of our weekly videos and we'll just see what's happening. I would love to see what you choose to do. Another option would be, if you've got 2 jars handy and you have enough seeds, do another one. Keep it in the dark. See what happens. Put it in a bathroom or somewhere that there isn't any natural light. And then see what happens. Will they grow? Will it get roots and turn into a plant? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see and find out. So that is the beginning of our seed experiment right there. I'll have to track down another jar and put another one together for a dark room experiment. I also have, so I have this spider plant who finally, I don't know if any of you have spider plants, but it finally had babies. I've had this plant for 5 to 7 years, and I grew it from a very tiny little baby, but it's gotten quite big now, and finally, a couple months ago, it had babies, and I was so excited. So I see these people that are like, oh, it has babies all the time. Mine did not. Finally had babies, and finally they are big enough to clip off. And so what I've done is I've put this into a little glass vial, and I'm going to see if you can see. So this little tiny kind of white and yellowy white little bumps there, that's the node. And what's going to happen with it being in water is, I'm hoping, and I will be showing this as well just so that, because it's so cool, I'm hoping that it will grow roots. Once its roots kind of fill up the bottom of this jar, then I can take it out and put it into dirt, and I have a brand new baby plant. Okay, so we will have a few different things. We'll have our paper towel seed growing experiment, and we will have this little spider plant that we'll be keeping an eye on. Oh, you can see there's the little node and the little like whitish kind of bump there. That will be the root, I think. So we'll see how it goes. I don't always have the best luck propagating plants. I'm not sure why, but we'll cross our fingers and hopefully I'll have something cool to show you each day, and we'll see how those roots are progressing. Okay, I'm super excited. Now we are going to do another all about me and then read a story about seeds. Okay, or I should say a book, because it's not really a story. So this is Ruby, again from my morning lion class. My name is Ruby, R-U-B-Y, Ruby. I like to eat macaroni. I like to play with Pokemon cards. I am 5 years old. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. All right. Thanks, Ruby, for sharing. We have a lot of Pokemon cards at our house, too. Okay, so I have a book called Seeds, and this is a Capstone Press publication. So let's find out more about seeds, because that's the beginning of our experiment, right? Plants need seeds. Plants make seeds. Each seed can grow into a new plant. Seeds need soil, water, and warmth to grow. Seeds break open in soil. Stems grow up. Roots grow down. The new plant makes leaves, flowers, and fruit. Seeds grow inside the fruit. Spreading seeds. Birds help spread seeds when they eat berries. The seeds come out in their waste and fall to the ground. In this way, birds can fly away and the seeds will spread much farther than if the berries just drop on the ground beside the tree or the mother plant. Weather spreads seeds. What kind of weather? Dandelion seeds float to new places with the wind. People scatter seeds. Pumpkin seeds grow well in large gardens. I tried growing pumpkins last year, and we did get a few smallish pumpkins. They were about the size of this mini basketball. So we couldn't do much with them, but they did grow. It was very exciting. They had big vines and everything. Seeds we eat. Many seeds are good to eat. Peas are soft seeds that grow in pods. Yum. Fresh peas from the garden are the best. Sunflower seeds make crunchy snacks. These hard seeds grow in the middle of sunflowers. Wonderful seeds, large or small, hard or soft, seeds grow into new plants. And here we have parts of a pea plant. So here we have the flowers. Oh, and pea flowers smell so good. They're very sweet. There's the seed. The roots grow down into the dirt, into the ground, and the stem grows up. And this is where the leaves will come. And eventually, the leaves and the stem will grow so big, and then they'll have their flowers. And the flowers were right here. They turn into peas. Well, pea pods. And then they grow fatter and fatter and fatter until you find the pea pods that have these nice, gorgeous, fat little peas inside. And they are the best snack. Now, in order for these flowers to turn into the seeds and the pods, we need bees. We need those bees. They go around and they pollinate each of the flowers, and they visit each flower and then another one and then another one and then another one, and they mix the pollen, that sticky yellow dust that's in flowers, all up, and that helps the flowers to turn into the pods and the seeds and the fruit. Okay, so remember when you're out there, try not to pick any dandelions when you're out walking, because those are the first food for the bees. Okay. All right, it was so good to see you again today. I can't wait for our Zoom meetings, friends. Remember, Cubs, I will see you on Tuesday this week instead of on Thursday. See you tomorrow.